Picture this. It's the end of January 2026, and you're staring at your bank account wondering where your paycheck disappeared to again. Sound familiar? You're definitely not alone in this struggle, and here's the thing that might surprise you. Taking control of your money has absolutely nothing to do with how much you earn. Whether you're making minimum wage, juggling part-time jobs, or dealing with unpredictable income, the strategies I'm about to share will work for you. Today, we're diving deep into how you can finally take charge of your finances in 2026, even when money feels impossibly tight. I've helped thousands of people transform their financial situations, and the most successful ones weren't necessarily the highest earners. They were the ones who applied these specific techniques consistently. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap to turn your financial stress into financial confidence. Let's start with the biggest myth that's probably holding you back right now. Most people think budgeting is only for wealthy individuals who have extra money to play with. That's completely backwards. Budgeting is actually most powerful when money is tight because it helps you squeeze maximum value from every single dollar. The first game-changing strategy is what I call the reality check method. Most people fail at budgeting because they're working with fantasy numbers instead of actual data. For the next 2 weeks, I want you to become a detective of your own spending habits. Write down every purchase, no matter how small. That morning coffee, the impulse buy at the checkout line, the subscription you forgot about, capture everything. This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. You might discover you're spending $60 a month on takeout when you thought it was $20. Or maybe those small convenience store visits are adding up to more than your grocery budget. Once you have real numbers, you can make real changes. Here's where most budgeting advice gets it wrong. People think budgeting means restricting yourself and saying no to everything fun. Actually, effective budgeting is about intentional spending. It's about making sure every dollar you earn has a specific job to do. When you get paid, don't just pay bills and see what's left over. Instead, assign every dollar a purpose before you spend it. Some dollars will be workers. They'll handle rent, groceries, and utilities. Other dollars will be savers. They'll build your emergency fund or pay down debt. And yes, some dollars can be for enjoyment. Just make sure you're choosing that enjoyment consciously. This approach prevents what I call money leakage, those mysterious disappearing dollars that seem to evaporate without creating any real value in your life. When every dollar has a job, you stay in control instead of wondering where your money went. Now let's talk about something that can completely transform your relationship with money: setting clear financial goals. Without destination points, your budget becomes meaningless numbers on a page, but your goals need to be realistic for your current situation. Maybe your goal isn't to save $10,000 this year, maybe it's to build a $500 emergency fund. Maybe it's not paying off all your debt immediately, but rather paying an extra $50 towards your highest interest credit card each month. Small, achievable goals create momentum that builds into major financial victories. One of the most important skills you can develop is distinguishing between genuine needs and wants that feel like needs. This becomes critical when money is tight because every spending decision carries more weight. Rent, basic groceries, transportation to work, these are needs. The premium cable package, daily coffee shop visits, brand name everything, these are wants. I'm not saying you can never have wants, but when money is tight, you need to be strategic about which wants you choose. Maybe you decide that your morning coffee ritual is important for your mental health, so you budget for it. But perhaps you can make coffee at home instead of buying it out, saving $40 a month while keeping the ritual. Here's something that catches people off guard every time: irregular expenses. These are costs that don't happen monthly but will definitely happen eventually. Car maintenance, medical copays, holiday gifts, clothing replacements, they're predictable in that they'll occur, but unpredictable in their timing. The solution is creating what I call an irregular expense fund. Calculate roughly how much these costs total over a year, divide by 12, and set aside that amount monthly. If you spend about $600 annually on car maintenance and repairs, save $50 monthly in a separate account. When your car needs work, you'll have money waiting instead of panicking about where to find it. Building an emergency fund might seem impossible when money's already tight, but it's actually when you need it most. Start ridiculously small, even $10 per paycheck. The goal isn't to fully fund emergencies immediately, it's to change your relationship with unexpected expenses. When you have even a small buffer, a minor emergency becomes an inconvenience instead of a financial disaster. As your situation improves, gradually increase what you save. The habit matters more than the amount initially. If you're carrying debt, especially high-interest credit card debt, making this a priority can dramatically improve your financial position. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that could have stayed in your pocket. Focus on your highest interest debt first, while making minimum payments on everything else. Here's a powerful psychological shift. Once you have a working budget, try to stop using credit cards entirely for new purchases. This forces you to live within your actual means rather than your credit limits, and it prevents debt from growing while you're trying to pay it down. Let's talk about some practical ways to reduce expenses that people often overlook. Energy costs can be a significant budget drain, but they're also one of the most controllable expenses. Simple changes like adjusting your thermostat by a few degrees, unplugging devices when not in use, and switching to LED bulbs can save meaningful money over time. Many utility companies offer free energy audits and time-of-use plans that can reduce your bills. If you can shift energy-intensive activities like laundry or dishwashing to off-peak hours, you might save $20 to $30 monthly. Before paying professionals for various services, consider what you might handle yourself. I'm not suggesting you attempt electrical work or major plumbing, but many household fixes are simpler than they appear. Changing air filters, basic car maintenance, simple repairs, these skills can save hundreds of dollars annually. The internet is full of step-by-step tutorials for almost any basic repair or maintenance task. Start small with low-risk projects to build confidence and skills. Even if you only tackle minor issues yourself, the savings add up significantly. One crucial element that determines long-term success is regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget. Your financial situation isn't static. Income changes, expenses fluctuate, goals evolve. Set aside time monthly to evaluate how your budget performed and make necessary adjustments. Don't view budget modifications as failures. They're evidence that you're actively managing your money rather than letting it manage you. Maybe you overspend on groceries one month. Adjust that category upward and find the money by reducing another area. Maybe you got a small raise. Decide intentionally how to allocate that extra income. Here's something that might surprise you about taking control of tight finances. It often requires changing your entire mindset about money. Instead of seeing budgeting as restriction, try viewing it as liberation. A good budget doesn't limit your choices, it clarifies them. When you know exactly what you can afford to spend in each category, decision-making becomes easier, not harder. You're not constantly wondering whether you can afford something or worrying about money running out. You have a plan, and plans create confidence. The psychological benefits of financial control extend far beyond money itself. When you stop living paycheck to paycheck, stress decreases dramatically. When you have even a small emergency fund, you sleep better. When you're actively paying down debt, you feel empowered instead of trapped. Let's address something important. What happens when you slip up? Because you probably will. Maybe you overspend one month or face an unexpected expense that throws everything off. This doesn't mean you failed or should abandon budgeting entirely. Treat setbacks as learning opportunities. What caused the overspending? Was your budget unrealistic in that category? Did you lack the tools or habits to stick to your plan? Adjust based on what you learn and keep moving forward. Remember that building financial stability is a marathon, not a sprint. Small, consistent actions compound into major changes over time. The person who saves $25 monthly for 2 years has built a $600 emergency fund. The person who pays an extra $30 toward debt monthly might pay off a credit card a year early. As we wrap up, I want you to understand that taking control of your money when it's tight isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every small improvement in how you handle money creates momentum for bigger improvements later. Your current financial situation doesn't define your future financial potential. The strategies we've covered today work regardless of your starting point. What matters is that you start implementing them consistently. If you found value in this comprehensive approach to managing tight finances, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We regularly share practical financial strategies that work for real people in real situations. Drop a comment below sharing which strategy you're most excited to implement first. Remember, the best time to take control of your money was yesterday, but the second best time is right now. Your future self will thank you for the steps you take today, no matter how small they might seem in this moment. Stop wishing you could have more time and freedom and take action to make it happen. This is what my friend Chris Miles from Money Ripples tells clients to do all the time. His mission is to make 1,000 people financially free by 2030. To help him achieve this goal, he created a group coaching system and course called the Wealth Accelerator Academy. The tools and lessons you learn about passive investing and how to vet deals are invaluable to helping you live the life you want. Want to learn more? Check out the course by clicking down the link below.